Happy New Year to everyone. So as you can see in the background, in the sunny south, on New Year's Day and the sun's out, there's a car meet called Manhood Classics, which is down in Selsey, built about an hour or so away. So whilst the sun's out, it's not too cold, I'm going to go out for a run in the Exo Booster. So if you want to come along and see what that meet's all about, join me now. Try not to get too excited. Although it's the sunny south, it's still thick socks and definitely thermals weather. Looking a bit damp on the road, so I'm not sure yet if I'm going to take the scenic route or the very scenic route. I'll see what the roads are like when I'm out and about. The very scenic route takes me past Goodwood, which is always a nice place to go. Really good turnout down here. Lots of cars, but before I have a look around, the most important bit is just the other side of that bank. Yeah, of course, it's the coffee shop. You can call me a bit of a snob if you like, but you've got to love a car event when there's a V10 Audi sat next to a Porsche and nobody's looking at them. And then we look over this way and there's people looking at the old TVRs, the Jags, the Rovers, even the Moggy Minor and the Beetle. Let's have a wander around. I've just been chatting to the people in the coffee queue on this one. It's only 1949. Beautiful car. If you're wondering what the one was I followed in, seems some people still love these. Abandoned Plat, the posh one.
It's the only gearbox in this one.
Take the power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, he's got this safe up 360.
So a few people have said to me with these videos, I haven't done one for a while, but I shouldn't have music on there, I should have the sounds of the thing. And unfortunately, often the sounds of these are a dog barking. So we're going to have mainly music. the sort of thing why people like the old cars, isn't it? You don't get stuff like that anymore. Probably because it's a disaster aerodynamically, but makes for an interesting car. I love the little details on these old cars. And the fact I could probably park my car in the boot of this one. It's vast, isn't it? So to say, I've driven one of these on the supercar days I work on. I don't know why anyone would want one on the road. I'm being mean about your favourite sort of car or the one you own, and I do apologise. It's still more interesting than 99% of cars, isn't it? It's one of the first cars I remember going in. So my granddad's was an Austin, I think an 1100, maybe a 13, and it was purple. That's right, I remember that. There was a fad for these long speedos. Not sure why. They kind of, for a while they decided speedos should be like long. They shouldn't be round, they should be long. Old enough to remember these. Well, I kind of just I am, but they were at least red when I was young. I guess with no power steering, and probably a fairly heavy iron engine over the front wheels, you need a big steering wheel to be able to turn it. would have learnt to have driven a bit quicker after that film he made. That's a proper bit of petrol head history there, isn't it? You've got a track map on the back. So on the supercar days I instruct at Dunsfold sometimes. Unfortunately, we can't use the proper top gear track because it's a figure of 8, and being sat with complete novices in Ferraris and Lamborghinis can be scary enough as it is without them having a cross in the middle. We still use a lot of the corners, but some of them have to be backwards. It's surprising actually when you chat to people there, how few people notice when they watch Top Gear, or actually knew that it was a figure of 8 they were doing there. I mean, in a lot of ways it's an ideal track because then you're testing corners in both directions. Not ideally figured at the time. The sort of thing that people get into. I mean, some of these like those, I had a those back in the day, but they certainly weren't new. They were absolute heap rust buckets that I bought for scrap value to use for work for a while, and then scrap when the wheels fell off of them. Do people collect these, or like, you know, have them as like a thing, or will these all be people at work? Well, it's kind of cool, but I don't know. I just thought if you earn your living driving these, you probably wouldn't drive them on a day off. But
there it is. Mate, how you doing? All right?
yeah, I think that's a. Oh yeah, I'm going to have a look back at some of the cars I find more interesting now, but if I've offended you with my waffle because you own one of these cars that I've wondered why you own it, then sorry about that, but why not put it in the comments? Because see, for me, I have one of these, which I guess a lot of people would say is horrible. Maybe I just never really liked big cars. There we go. So I'm attracted to the small sports car with a big engine. I don't know what. Did someone tell me in the comments? I have no idea what sort of engine these early TVRs had. I'm assuming it's not like the Rover V8 like the later ones had. I've never had or been in a TVR. One day, it's definitely on the list of cars to own. I need to hurry up, don't I, really, before these things get too hard to get in and out of. It's not the first model to have the 3.5 litre in. I know the P6, because my teacher at school had one of those and I thought it was marvellous. P5, first one. Someone tell me. My ignorance of all this sort of stuff is quite staggering. Well, that's lovely in there, isn't it?
Well, it's very nice, Martin.
Anyway, it's done 200 miles.
Yeah, all right.
Yes.
What, the engine rebuilt or totally from
No,
this?
since the car was restored, it's done 200 miles. No, from new. It's probably done 200,000 miles.
Is it the Mark 2?
Yeah.
Oh, bloody, I'm talking about a bit of money here, isn't you?
Right, so coffee's empty and the sky's looking threatening. I think it's time I got out of here. I had to trek back, and I will go the scenic route back because I took the shorter route here because the roads are still wet. So fingers crossed, nice drive back.